Good morning, and thank you for tuning into your daily Wallops weather briefing for Wednesday, May 9th. We're seeing some low cloudiness and restricted visibilities out there this morning. The clouds have started to break up a little bit along the main base sooner than expected, still holding steady though along the island and immediate coastline. Taking a look at our conditions from yesterday, we did see those low clouds throughout parts of the region yesterday, and you could see on the high temperatures here, it's very easy to see where those low clouds hung out across the Ocean City here at Wallops and the Tidewater, as all those locations stayed near 60 degrees and into the mid 60s. Locations that were able to see some good sunshine yesterday were able to see temperatures climb into the mid 70s around the nation's capital, Richmond, and near Pax River. This morning we did see some mild lows across the region, with most locations reporting lows in the lower to mid 50s. Cooler spots were up near Dover, which got down to 48 degrees. As of 9 a.m. this morning, we're seeing those low clouds again across a little bit more of a larger swath than we saw across the area yesterday morning, seeing temperatures near 60 degrees for most locations. Taking a look at our sounding from this morning, once again we're seeing those northeasterly winds from the surface all the way up through about 6,000 feet. Winds are a little lighter this morning at the surface than we saw yesterday morning, which has led to some more restricted visibilities earlier this morning. We are seeing those winds still fairly light aloft across the entire column, seeing those winds only climb up to around 20 knots to the 6,000 foot level, then dying down as they shift more southwesterly than southerly above there, but still remaining fairly light, only around 5 to 10 knots from the 9,000 foot level to 20,000 foot level, and then reaching just below 20 knots from the southwest at 25,000 feet. Our freezing level this morning is just below 10,000 feet. Taking a look at our surface analysis, fairly similar to our surface pattern we saw yesterday morning, with that weak low off to the southeast and some high pressure off to the northwest of the Delmarva. That is prompting our continued northeasterly flow, with some lower level moisture helping to give us these low clouds across the region and some patchy fog earlier this morning. The high pressure center is a little bit closer to the area this morning, which has helped to relax the pressure gradient, giving us those lighter winds we have been seeing. As we go throughout the day today, that low well to the east will continue to weaken and move away from the area as high pressure continues to move in. That'll calm down the winds to light and variable as we go into the overnight hours, and that will allow for a chance of some patchy fog to develop as we get some clear skies and light winds across the region with that lingering lower level moisture. So taking a look at our satellite loop here, you can see the swath of low clouds along this loop across much of the Delmarva and across the southeastern Virginia as well. We have been seeing a little bit of clearing across the far southern portions of the Delmarva into Accomack County down there, and we are going to continue to see these clouds slowly clear throughout the day. We should be seeing a little bit more sunshine as we go into the lunchtime and afternoon hours compared to what we saw yesterday. Taking a look at our forecast charts here, we're going to see that high pressure is going to be settled over the area. Not really depicted well on this map, but it is going to prompt some patchy fog development as we go into tonight and tomorrow morning, as we get some calm winds across the area. That low will finally move away from the area, not being a factor anymore, giving us those northeasterly winds. Instead, that high pressure as we go into tomorrow will shift offshore a little bit to the south, and that's going to give us a return to more southerly to southwesterly winds across the area for our Thursday. That is going to allow us to have a partly cloudy day, as those low clouds and patchy fog will burn off by the mid-morning hours tomorrow, and we are going to be expecting a temperature tomorrow in the mid to upper 70s as we get that warmer southwesterly flow returning across the area. Here you can see we do have a front that's going to be approaching the area through Thursday tomorrow. It is going to be weakening as it approaches the area, associated with a mid-level trough. That is going to, however, give us a chance of some scattered to isolated showers and some isolated thunderstorms, as well as that disturbance crosses the area, mainly between 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. tomorrow here at Wallops, perhaps a little earlier if you live up in Salisbury or areas a little bit north of there. So we are looking at a pretty nice day for much of the workday tomorrow, with a high of 77 and partly cloudy skies, but we can expect a chance of those showers and a slight chance of some thunderstorms moving through the area for the late afternoon into early evening. As we go into our Friday, We're going to be seeing some high pressure build into the north, and that's going to be giving us a fairly seasonable day across the region under partly cloudy skies. It's going to be dependent on where the wind direction is to see what the temperature is. It could be a little bit cooler, but right now we are going to be looking at a temperature in the low 70s for Friday as that high pressure develops under partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies. Taking a look at our weather chart here, we're going to be seeing a high of 66 degrees today as we're going to get a little bit more sun, so expecting a couple degree bump compared to yesterday. Those winds are going to remain northeasterly throughout the day today, then shifting easterly as we go into the late afternoon, east, and evening hours, and then becoming calm as we go into the overnight hours, allowing for that patchy fog to develop with a mild low of 55 expected for early tomorrow morning. And then by mid-morning Thursday, we'll see those winds ramp up a little bit out of the southwest, around 4 to 9 knots. Taking a look at our terminal forecast for today, we're going to be seeing still a threat of low cloudiness with a ceiling around 500 feet throughout the late morning hours. We will see those clouds begin to break up with that ceiling raising to around 1,000 feet by lunchtime, and then perhaps even becoming scattered at times in the early to mid-afternoon around 2,000 feet. And then as we go into tonight, still going to be just seeing a scattered deck of lower level clouds near 500 to 1,000 feet through 8 p.m. And then we could be seeing those ceilings lower again with some patchy fog across the area becoming broken at around 600 feet and possibly even lower than that as we go into Thursday morning with that fog in the area. But it will be clearing up as we go through the mid-morning hours Thursday, becoming partly cloudy by the late morning hours. For the next couple of days, for tomorrow, we're going to be looking at that chance of patchy morning fog and low cloudiness. Then we'll see some partly cloudy skies and some decent sunshine with a high of 77 degrees. Then we'll have that disturbance across the area late in the afternoon or early in the evening Thursday, bringing a chance of widely scattered to isolated showers and thunderstorms. For Thursday night, that disturbance is going to move east of the area, leaving us with a partly to a mostly cloudy evening with a low of 60. And then Friday, as some high pressure builds across the region, we'll get partly cloudy sky with a pleasant day with lighter winds with a high of 73. Taking a look at our extended outlook, we are going to be looking at a bit of a warm-up as we go in the extended today. It does look to be possibly one of the cooler days in the extended here, looking at that high of 77, and then Friday behind that weak front that's going to move across the area, we'll see those temperatures drop down a couple degrees, possibly seeing more of a southeasterly flow that'll keep our temperatures in check into the low 70s. And then on Saturday, where we're going to have that Bermuda high really quickly build across the region with some warming temperatures aloft, and that's going to really bump up our temperatures on Saturday into the mid-80s. Could even see that high creep up a little bit more as we go into tomorrow as our forecast gets more refined. And then as we go into Sunday through the beginning of next week, the forecast becomes rather uncertain as there's quite a lot of discrepancies in the models. It does look like we are going to be dealing with a cold front moving from the north, more type of a backdoor cold front, and as the models have been typically tending to do, they have been struggling with the timing of this, as it does look like it could be even as early as Saturday night this front could be moving through. But for now, it looks like the general model consensus is we'll see this backdoor cold front move down late Sunday, and with that passage, we will be seeing a chance of some showers across the area, possibly even some isolated thunderstorm activity, and that could be lingering into Monday as well. So that temperature on Sunday of 79, that really is going to be dependent on when exactly that front moves south across the region. So we could be seeing that temperature quite a bit lower if these models decide to speed up moving to that front. Behind that backdoor cold front, we'll see a cooler day on Monday in the mid to upper 60s across the region. And then as we go into the middle of next week, we are going to be seeing some moisture really starting to stream across the region, as well as some very weak impulses moving across the region. So right now it is starting to look a little bit dicey for the middle of next week. Just to give you a bit of a preview, as we are going to be seeing some chances for some widespread chances of showers and thunderstorms as we go into the middle and latter half of next week. So we will be definitely keeping an eye on that for Antares activities. That'll do it for your daily weather briefing. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 8:15 a.m. and at 10 a.m. Have a great day.